Hi, I'm Neil Whittaker and I'm going to show you a wonderful textured hand tied that we can create with some of the new ranges from widup.co.uk and their Christmas range of 2012. Here I'm going to use the wonderful craft paper that comes in cranberry, purple, gold, green, just to name a few colours, but these are the colours that we're going to use for the Christmas season this year. I'm going to use here a metallic green tint, and it's approximately 1.5 meters in length. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut this down the middle, so this would actually do 2 hand tides. So I'm sort of making sure that I can use this to the best value, and I'm just going to measure and fold in half so I know I've got it exactly perfect, and then we can cut the cellophane down the middle so we can keep that 1/2 for another hand tied. So I'm going to lay the cellophane on the table, and first of all I'm just going to fold it over at the top, and I'm going to fold it so it's about halfway down. So this is where the seam is, and then we can sellotape and catch that area with the cellophane and the sellotape. So fold it all the way down, and run down the bottom. So because we've only got that one thickness, that means we would be able to then easily manipulate the cellophane within the hand. So we're going to place that to one side for a second, and we're going to start off by making the hand tied, and we're going to use a little bit of the salal leaves, some leather leaf, just gently putting together, adding wonderful red Asiatic lily. Then we can add a cluster of red roses, like so. And then we can add an aspidistra leaf. Then we can take a piece of steel grass, just gently encase the flowers, like so. So this is starting to create interest within the design. Carry on with another Asiatic lily. So I'm looking at this as I'm creating the design that I know where the flowers will open to give the most impact. Add some hypericum berries. Another aspidistra leaf. We can then add in another cabbage, and again take a piece of steel grass, through the design like so, constantly turning within the hand. Start to add a little bit more foliage. Then we can add some more red roses, and I'm working in sort of like 2s around the outside of the design, adding some more hypericum, one more cabbage, and add a cabbage on the opposite side. So we're really creating this very strong hand tied. That is really going to create a lot of impact. Adding in my last couple of flowers. one more aspidistra leaf, and then just a small skirt of leather leaf. Like so. Add another couple of pieces of steel grass, and there we have a wonderful hand tied. We're now going to tie off. We're going to fasten off with the twine at the back, and then we're just going to then take away some of the weight from the hand tied itself. This makes it easier to handle before we start to wrap. So now we've taken the cellophane that we've prepared prior to the design, and I'm going to take the cellophane in the hand, and I'm going to tease the cellophane into the hand, all in one go. So you can see I'm catching within my fingers to give this nice ruffle effect. So now I'm making sure that my ruffle meets nicely at the back. And then we're going to fasten at the bottom with a piece of twine. So now I'm going to work around the edge of the cellophane, and I'm just going to gently tease the cellophane. So I'm just folding and just adding a small amount of tape just to hold. So what this is creating is a neater finish to the outside of the hand tied, so it sits neatly around the edge, so it's giving that nice casing to the edge of the actual bouquet. And now we're going to use some of the purple craft paper, and I'm going to roughly measure a square, and just fold. And what I'm wanting to do is I want to fold the craft paper over at certain points, like so. And then just take a very, very tiny piece of tape. If you actually just take a piece of tape and roll, we can just add underneath and hold in place. What I'm creating here is a little bit of interest to go around the outside of the design. So that when you get your wrap, you've got a nice little fold. But what that now says is, as you work, you can look, and then you can actually work around the actual bouquet itself. So I'm just going to catch that piece of craft paper in place. And then we can fold back. So what this actually is creating is quite a nice texture around the outside of the bouquet. So now we've added the other section around the back, we can marry up the piece and then we can fold the piece back. Catch that little leaf in place, so it's creating this wonderful little two-tone at the back of the design, and also it's giving you this nice sort of like 50p piece around the outside. Here I've taken one more square of the metallic green tint, and first of all I'm just going to fold so I can find that central point to the cellophane. So here I've got that central point to the cellophane where the stems are. This allows me then to take the cellophane up, and we can catch at the top, but what we want to do is make sure that each point is in the same place so that we can now fold that point back in on itself, making sure that cellophane is even. So we can tie those in place. And now we're going to take this wonderful aubergine satin ribbon to match the craft paper with the gold edge, and finish off with a nice ribbon. And now we're going to place that wonderful aubergine ribbon next to this metallic green cellophane, and then it's giving a real nice connection to the craft paper, making sure that my tying point is underneath the ribbon so it's nice and concealed. And you can see all these products at widup.co.uk. And there you really do have a real nice special wrap for a real nice modern hand tied.